Hey guys, so it's been a couple of weeks since I updated everyone on how I'm doing. I'm actually doing much better than my last video. One of the things I realized, I kind of figured out was happening, was that I am experiencing menopause, basically from the drugs. So I figured it out because I had been waking up in the middle of the night really hot, and it probably took me about 3 days to ask myself, is this menopause? Is this what it feels like? And so I had an appointment with my oncologist the next day, and I told her how I just wasn't doing that well emotionally. And one of the first questions she asked is are you having hot flashes? And I'm like, yes, I am. And so menopause also brings on those emotions as well. So it takes an emotional toll on you, which explains why I was so emotional in my last video, why I didn't feel like I was doing that great. So when someone goes through menopause, naturally, the estrogen in their body slowly decreases. Because of the drugs that I've been taking, it's just taking a dip. My estrogen levels are just dipping. So it's like what my body is experiencing is like, oh my gosh, it was pretty crazy. And I think realizing that and like naming it actually really helped me, rather than think like, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? So hot flashes are a thing I experience many times of the day now. Many times at night. It starts right in the back of my neck. I start to feel hot right here, and then eventually it just goes to the rest of my body, and it lasts only for about a minute. It doesn't keep me up at night. I'm not having like real night sweats or anything. I don't know if I will at some point, but so that was that. Emotionally been doing so much better again since like I mentioned, kind of understanding what was going on with my body helped me deal with the side effects of the drugs. And so I've been doing Taxol for 2 weeks now. I've had 2 treatments of Taxol, and I've also had 1 treatment of both Herceptin and Perjeta. Those are the 2 drugs I'll do every 3 weeks through the end of this year, which is December 2019. So even after my chemo ends in April, these drugs will continue on. I'll be making trips every 3 weeks to the infusion center to have those drugs done. Taxol has been so much better than the first round of drugs, AC, adriamycin, and Cytoxin. So I don't feel that nauseousness like I did. I'm not down in bed for like 3 or 4 days like I was before. I'm actually more tired from this drug, and it really is like, only way I can describe it is sometimes when you get a cold or you get the flu and you start to feel better, you start to feel the up and up. This isn't like that. Like, I'll start to feel better, and then maybe the next day I'll just feel really tired again. It's just kind of like back and forth. There's no rhyme or reason to it, so it's really hard to plan some things around that. I did have a trip to the ER last Friday because I was having a lot of pain in my chest, and those treatments, the new drugs, they're very mindful of allergic reactions or just any type of reaction you'd be having to the drugs. And so I had chest pains for about 3 days. So I thought, okay, now I'll just call my oncologist and just let her know what's going on. They said that it could be just a side effect of the drugs, but worst case scenario, it could have been a blood clot in my lungs. So I had to go to the emergency room to get a CAT scan done, and everything came back fine, which is great. I'd rather just go and know for sure than to take a chance and just deal with any type of pain I'm having, especially since these drugs are so toxic for you. They're so bad for you. Just like with Taxol, one of the side effects is it's basically like damaging your nerves. So I'll begin to experience neuropathy. So what that feels like so far is just right now, it's just tingling in my hands and my feet because my nerves are being damaged. I assume it would get worse, but something new that I tried last week was acupuncture to help manage some of the side effects. That was the first time I ever tried it. It did not hurt at all. It was actually really relaxing. So I had maybe about 15 needles total in my body. So the ones that honestly that I felt a little bit of prick, they were on my feet, my left foot. Other than that, I had them like right below my kneecaps. I had them in my wrists. I had one on the top of my head. I had them in my ears. So what they did though, it was like she put them in less than like maybe 7 minutes. and then they just leave you in a room for 30 minutes. They put on relaxing music. I was laying like on a heated bed. So the whole experience itself was really relaxing. So I have about 6 more appointments scheduled, because the more you go, the better it can help you deal with your side effects. So I did feel like the next day, and even on Sunday, so I went Friday, so Saturday and Sunday I already kind of felt better. Like my hands and feet hurt in the shower, so when the water hits them, it's just a tingling sensation. It's not like painful, but it's just kind of weird, almost like your hands are starting to fall asleep, like if you've had them in a certain position, or like sitting on your feet like I am. My feet are probably going to fall asleep after this. So that's one of the biggest side effects there, is experiencing that. So I have 10 more rounds of Taxol. It will be nice because in 2 weeks I can officially say I'm 50% through my chemo. So that will be nice to just have a little marker there to say that I'm getting through this and I'm doing this. You can see I got another wig. So because of the side effects I was having with being so hot and being hot throughout the day, I just went on Amazon and just looked around what was out there, and this thing was like $20. So someone at work helped me fix it, because when I came in, when I went into work, it was just a mess, and she helped me pin it up in all the right places and helped me tighten it, because I wasn't sure how to tighten this thing. So that was really nice, just to have an extra set of hands and eyes helping me fix this thing. So it's a little darker than my natural hair, and it's really darker than my last wig, but it was kind of fun to just play around with something new. And so I may still try something else just to see what's out there. Like, why not? I may even do something fun and different in a future video. So besides that, I still have the dealing with the emotional side of this, also fighting a cold. Realizing like the personality of my tumor, it's considered to be aggressive, and because of it, HER2 positive is what it's called. There's really high chance that this I could get breast cancer again. When I talked to my oncologist, she said it was a 1 in 5 chance. So although my mass is shrinking, so it's down. Last time they measured was 1 centimeter, which was awesome. When she started measuring it was 5.5. There's still a really good chance that this, I could get rid of the mass. They're going to do the mastectomy. There's still a chance, though, it could still show up on my body and other places down the road. And that's just a reality I've started to come to terms with, because it's this fight is so hard, and it's taking a toll, and physically, emotionally, and when I get to that point where I think like I could do this all over again and I don't want to, I just have to tell myself to just take it one day at a time. Like, I just need to get through today, and I just need to be okay today, because sometimes I don't feel so strong. If people tell me I'm strong, and and sometimes I don't feel it. I just feel like I feel pretty weak, but I have to talk to myself and really just get myself through each day, and not overthink what could happen in the future, what might happen in the future, and just really take this battle for what it is, and just try to get through this as best I can. So there's that piece of it too. So anyways, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Just wanted to do a quick video, just update you. Chemo is tomorrow, so this will be round 7. Again, it's just Taxol. That chemo is only 2 hours long. So hope to keep you guys updated soon with another video. Thanks, guys.